Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another DC NFT comic drop video. It's Detective Comics number 58 with the first appearance of the Penguin. I'm going to break down this comic for you, show you how much it's worth in the real world, tell you about how scarce it is and why it's important, and also talk about the comics on DC NFT, the Grail Legacy ones that have dropped in price and how I've picked up a couple recently. And I feel like it's time for me to go in there now, reacquire a lot of these, and, get my collection back up where it used to be on DC because the prices are so great for sure. And if you do like this video, though, you got to smash like. I want to know what you think about the DC platform. Are you still collecting there? Are you still a back cowl holder like I am? Are you still going after these Grail comics like I am? And are you going after this drop in particular, right? So make sure you comment down below for sure. Now, if you want to join my channel as a member, we have new drop head 3s. They're 3-dimensional, interoperable on the OpenSea. If you join my channel as a level 3 member, you'll get yourself a free one, and each one of those gives you 3 spots in all my rewards, including comic books. And later this week, we have OMI rewards going out, 15,000 OMIs going out to my members. So make sure you join up. If you do, DM me on Instagram or Twitter. I'll get you into the program. I'll get you your NFT, and you can have some fun with the rest of my community for sure. But let's get into this, you guys. This is number 58. Now, look at that beautiful cover. I brought up the uncommon. This is the one on DC that's all tattered and like intentionally worn. I absolutely love these. These are very unique and very special. They don't exist anywhere else in the world. Real artists on DC have put these together and worked through all the pages. So these are very unique, and they're not like, copies or anything like that, or even facsimiles. They are actually, real originals in the NFT space for the first time. So these are quite important if you ask me for sure. Now, this comic is coming out in a couple days. This is actually it's coming out tomorrow. This is the 20th I'm doing this video on. It's coming out on the 21st. Here's the basic information here for you. Bat Cowl early access. So if you're a Bat Cowl holder like I am, you get in at 6:30 a.m. You can go for this comic. Public sales at 9 a.m. These times are Pacific time, okay? And then 11, you get the comic reveal. There's 5,000 of these only, one per account at $10. So, DC NFT is keeping their comic supply super scarce, super low. The recent Batman one was also 5,000 editions. I mean, these are very scarce, you guys. And the full breakdown, of this comic, you can see there's all 5 cover rarities right there as normal. And you can see the legendaries in really prime shape. And of course, the common over there. So I'm going for this one 100%. And I'm going for all these comics for sure. Now, this comic in particular, you guys have to understand this comic here. This comic is super scarce in the real world, okay? There are hardly any available. There's only one available on eBay, and I'll show you that one right now. This doesn't come around very often. It doesn't sell very often because people hold on to it. It's very scarce, and it has really big value in the real world. Now, like I said, it's the first appearance of the Penguin. Here's Go Collect. I have the full access account for you. A 9.4 in 2005 sold for about 14,000 to 15,000 US. Now that price doesn't count anymore. This would be probably well over a $200,000 comic if it's sold today, in my estimation, my guess, just based upon my knowledge of comics and what's going on. Somewhere around that range for sure if it's at a 9.4. There's only 93 graded in total. Okay, it is so scarce, you guys. It's hard to find. Check this out. A 7.5 gets a $50,000 price tag on it. So if you're talking 9s and 8s and stuff, I mean, it's crazy. There isn't even one. There's only 2 at the 9.4. 9.1, there's only 9.0. There's like one sale registered. 8.5, like they're at the higher levels, it's super scarce. Even down here at the low levels, look at how scarce that is. So having a chance to get this comic on DC NFT for the first ever digital is quite a big deal, in my opinion. That's just my thoughts. You guys let me know what you think. Now, if you go over to eBay and you search this one up, you just cannot find this comic. I can only find one right here on an NG grade, which basically is not good. It's like a 0.5, partly missing cover right there. Look at that. Half the cover's right there, but it's so beautiful anyway. I kind of really love these real beaters. It's crazy. Or it's half the cover's missing. There's writing in there. This is nuts right here. This one is going for about 17,000 Canadian, which is around 13,000 US or something like that. And this is on like the lowest possible grade you could ever imagine. I mean, check it out right here. There's 13 people watching it. If you go to the solds, there's hardly any. So like I said, it just backs up the point that this is a very scarce comic and you have a chance to go get it right there. So I'm going to be going after it for sure. Now, how well it does in the market, now that is going to be really interesting because the legendary over here probably will go for about, 250 to 350, somewhere in that range, I would think, because some of the top legendaries on the app have fallen down to about the 400 to 350 range level, like Detective 38 and comics like that, Brave and the Bold. They used to be up near 1,000 and over. They've come all the way down. So this actually is going to, tie into what I'm going to talk about buying these comics in the aftermarket. For me, the buy signal has come in pretty quickly here. I've actually picked up a couple of comics last night. I'm going to show you which ones. But this one right here, probably the comment on this one's probably going to go for about 20 or so, I would think. So I'm going to snag that common if I can, 100%. That's kind of my price prediction. All the other ones here are going to fall somewhere in between. And the uncommon's probably going to go for about 25 in my guess. But it could be a bit lower because, there isn't a ton of people really scooping these floors up. If you actually look at the marketplace, okay, and you see Batman 1 on the commons at 59 right now, which is insane to me, even though that comic was a $20 comic. And so it's still 3x, from the floor, and this is a little while later. This comic right here at 59 is crazy to me. So, it is the second highest common value on the app in terms of legacy comics. Superman 1 is still doing great. The legendary is over like $11,000. The legendary on this one's just under 2,000. So it's still doing really great on Batman 1. But, this one, this comic coming up right here, I think, is going to be able to be a got after cheap, not super cheap, but you're going to be able to get that legendary if you want. Now, in my opinion, I've been starting to buy up. Here's the information as well. But in my opinion, I've been starting to want to buy up some stuff. Here is my two that I bought last night. These are commons on the floor. I paid $38 for both of these combined. I paid 20 on Detective 38 and 18 on the Brave and the Bold 28. So these are two comics that I used to own in the past that I sold months and months ago. And I can't believe they've come down this far. So I've actually picked them up now for like literally half the price or less than I paid for them before. And I've used those extra credits to go after drops. So that wasn't a real strategy of mine, but I did see the prices going down. So now I'm coming in and I'm picking these up again. And I will go through all the rest of the legacies and pick them up as well. Like Wiz Comics is around 8 or 9 on the common. And so I'm really looking at those ones very closely. And this is what I'm doing right here. I picked those up right there for sure. Now, my talk about, what's going on the DC platform is another one too, another big topic. There has been interest waning. Okay, people have not been buying as much, but I really don't have too many concerns about this platform moving forward. I think they're going to be fine over time, and these are going to be interoperable one day. They've already stated that. So to get your hands on the first ever digital copies of these that are actually, created with artist touch, like this comic right here, like you can't call this a facsimile copy because the actual artists themselves have gone in and they've actually done all sorts of crazy, amazing work to these, to actually make them look unique, including on the inside. So DC in particular has some really amazing stuff when it comes to their comics. And I think they're going to be like really important down the road, long term. And DC just has to add a few more things to their platform, like 3D collectibles and some other stuff to get it going. But there are some stuff that's just happened on DC, which is cool. If you go to my collection right here, if you're a Bat Cowl holder, you did get this Batman Day 2023 special NFT sent to you. So there's still stuff happening. You still have early access. I was able to get the uncommon Batman on the early access. You got a Jim Lee signature there. There's stuff happening, and they're partnering up with other platforms like McFarlane and doing some of those drops as well. So I'm still really happy with the DC platform and how it's progressing over time. But the market has dwindled quite a bit. Sales aren't as high. So this is in my opinion, my chance to go in there and pick some stuff up that I used to own or that I wanted to own before and really get my collection going and just have it there. And I'm just going to keep riding with this project and see how things go, right? But you guys got to let me know now what you think about this comic. Are you going for it or not? It is a grail in the real world, guys. A lot of these legacy ones are crazy comics, super valuable in the real world. It still remains to be seen how they'll do digitally, But Superman #1 sitting at about $12,000 on the legendary should be an indication to everybody that there is power in these. There is value in these. They are sought after, and it's just a matter of time before more people get on board with it. And the people that are here also get back into it, right? So anyway, that's my review. Let me know what you think. Good luck on the drop, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy collecting.